So separating the components of a mixture. Most of the natural substances are not chemically pure. We have seen that in the earlier classes. Okay, that most of the compounds are present in mixture form. So if we need one compound separately, like we have seen that NaCl, sodium chloride, whatever we eat as a table salt, okay, so that is not pure in the nature. So we have used some techniques to separate or make that pure. Okay, so these are mainly heterogeneous mixtures, means that means some part of the mixture is having one component more than some part of same mixture. Okay, that is heterogeneous mixture. Okay, so see here you can find, see what is happening here. Evaporation is done. So actually what in the beaker water is there, and water in water something dissolved, like you may think like sodium chloride is dissolved. So what is happening, if boiling temperature means that temperature in which the liquid molecule gets converted to vapor or gaseous state. Okay, so if NaCl is dissolved, so when we increase the temperature, if it is 100 degrees Celsius and water is evaporating, then what will happen, the NaCl, sodium chloride, may remain in the bottom. So the mixture got now getting towards purifying, right? So it is getting purified. So this is the mechanism. So what is the application? Actually we know that boiling point is different for each other. For other compounds, okay, on compound may have boiling point lesser, on compound may have boiling point higher. So when we increase at the lesser temperature, then compound A may be evaporated, but the compound B will not be evaporated, that will remain in the container. That's the mechanism. So boiling point, we can use the boiling point temperature difference as a tool to separate two compounds from each other. Okay, so this one is a cream, separating cream from milk. So it is actually easier because cream looks like it is solidified, and already some distance, you can say like that, from milk. Okay, full cream toned and double toned varieties of milk packed in polypacks or tetra packs. Polypacks or tetra packs. Okay. Okay. So application used in diagnostic laboratories for blood and urine tests. Sometimes the solid particles in a liquid are very small and pass through a filter paper. Yeah, for such particles, the filtration technique cannot be used for separation. Filtration technique. Yeah. Okay, if solid particle dissolved in the solution is is having dimension more than the pore dimension or the filtration paper dimension, then it can be easily separated. So immiscible liquid by partitioning, this one we say partitioning. What is happening here, actually the two immiscible liquids are there. So what we can do, this is separating funnel. This structure is known as separating funnel. We can add in separating funnel, we keep in the inside the separating funnel, and for a while we stir it. Okay, so after stirring it gets almost mixed, but after keeping for some time, the two layers are separated. So you can see water and kerosene layer here. For example, kerosene oil and water got separated after some time, and now we can open the stopcock and collect the water, and after collecting, inside the separating funnel kerosene oil will be present alone. So it is almost purified. Okay, so separating funnel is used for two immiscible liquid. These are not miscible, but in the mixture it seems to be mixed. But when we do this separation by separating funnel, we can easily separate each one. Okay, so oil and water, we know that these are immiscible liquid. Okay, salt and camphor. Salt and camphor means we can easily reach the boiling point of the camphor, and that will be evaporated out, and salt will remain in the beaker. Okay, this one. This one. Wait for a second. Two miscible liquids. So in case of two miscible liquids, in case of two immiscible liquids, separating funnel is enough to separate each other. But in case of miscible liquids, then we use the concept of boiling point. Means one have like A have boiling point 30 degrees Celsius, B have boiling point 70 degrees Celsius. So when we increase the temperature to 30 degrees Celsius, then only A will be evaporated out and B will remain in the beaker. Likewise, the A will be collected in the this funnel, and B will remain in the beaker. Like see this one, this figure here. Distillation. This process is known as distillation. So mixture of acetone and water was inside the this distillation flask. Okay, so after reaching a temperature, what is collected? Acetone, because acetone is having lesser boiling point, so it will evaporate fast. Okay, so from past acetone was evaporated, then it was going here this side, and in this side condenser is attached. Condenser means that supplies a low temperature. That low temperature region, when acetone comes to this region, low temperature region, that evaporated acetone gets converted to liquid form again because of the low temperature. Okay, after releasing some heat, so again that is collected in the beaker. Okay, so water remaining inside the distillation flask. This is the mechanism. Okay, sorry, just for a second. Okay, so distillation is the process in case of miscible liquid separation. Okay, and immiscible liquids separating funnel. Okay, distillation already done. So this is also fractional distillation, same process only. Okay, in this case fractionating column is attached. This is extra advantage. Means fractionating column means this fractionating column makes fractionation to show what is happening. See, difference in boiling point, then different of boiling points means some will be evaporated, some will not be evaporated. Okay, a simple fractionating column is a tube packed with glass beads. The beads provide surface for the vapors to cool and condense repeatedly, so it gives more advanced techniques. Okay, condense repeatedly means more purification is possible in case of fractionation distillation, because the vapor created first was not taken out, rather it was again converted to liquid form and gets back to the distillation flask. So that's why it is more advantageous. So this one is important. Okay, wait this one, chromatography. No, not this one. Chromatography, physical and chemical changes, so pure substances. Okay, this one, right. Compounds, Okay, mixture of compounds already discussed. I have already discussed mixture of compounds. So one thing, chromatography, I need to cover. Where is it? Just for a second, for a minute. Wait. Elements I have discussed. Oh, okay, so this one. So chromatography, see, this figure will be enough. Okay, see, so mixture, first it is plotted as a single spot. Okay, so in single spot, and on the paper, strip of filter paper. So what will happen? So now water, see in the figure B, water is there. Water will be like in the capillary phenomena. Water will reach to the paper, filter paper, and it will go up. Okay, up to this spot, paper clips written. Okay, up to that, and when water goes up, the spot of ink will also go up, but the distance, um, suppose ink is having more than one compound, so it has seen that more compounds are there, so one compound may have reached fast. Okay, and another compound may have slow speed towards reaching upside. So thus more than one compound present in the ink will be separated. Okay, this is the chromatography. Chrome means color, and chromatography, color will be different, so many bands will be visible on the paper because of the difference in the traveling of more than one compounds. Okay, thank you.